Hey there. Thanks again for joining. This is Scott,
This is Scott
and this is RV Life
from Top.
to Bottom. We're still in Colorado, but now coming to you from Denver and Golden, Colorado. Denver's where you grew up.
It sure is. It's my hometown, and it is kind of fun and different to be back in the city you grew up in with a big old motorhome.
Yeah, kind of as a visitor, sort of, right? It's kind of bizarre. So we just drove up the road from Monument. It was only, maybe a 40-minute drive from Monument to the south end of Denver.
Yeah. And of course, you had to make a stop, though, at the Castle Rock outlet malls because when you're in an RV, it's not always easy to have things shipped to you. So we did a little clothing run.
Yeah, we literally reprovisioned some clothes and some shoes, man. We wore out of everything. It was great.
Yeah. So when we were buying some shoes at the outlets, I was wondering, if you buy pull-on, does it make you older than you are?
I think the answer to that is obviously yes.
Well, I guess I am older than what I am because I had to buy some slip-ons.
Yeah. So now we made our way to Chatfield State Park, which is on the very south end of Denver. Would it be officially Littleton?
Yeah, officially Littleton.
Well, logistics. So we stayed at Chatfield State Park. They had full hookups, which was super nice. And it was super rainy when we were there, but that was okay. It was a really nice location for what we were attempting to do on the south end of town. But what are your
Yeah.
thoughts about Chatfield?
Yeah, and one kind of logistic thing about Chatfield, it is unique where you do pay for your camping reservation, and Colorado State Parks, they do charge a parking day pass basically. So there is a second fee once you arrive at the campground. So a little unique for some state campgrounds. But I love Chatfield.
I think we visited your mom and dad when they stayed there,
We
maybe.
sure did.
Yeah.
And then I also had flashbacks when I was in high school. Our church youth group actually camped at Chatfield. Being a Boy Scout, I kind of have an expectation of what a campground site should look like. And, we're driving around and there's this one camp area and there's a tent half down. There's food all over the picnic table. And I'm like, there is no way that's my group. That was my group.
Hey, the ants love a good group like that,
They
right?
sure do.
That's crazy. Well, it was beautiful. We had a really nice time there. We got to see some friends and some family on the south end, which is also why we chose that area. We got to see your cousin,
Yep. Uh-huh.
which was great. And then some friends of mine from way back up in Fort Collins, Steve and Heather. So it was great to see them. We even got to play some pickleball, which was a lot of fun. So it was a good time.
I got to see one of my best friends from college
That's
as
right.
well. And so it is a very specific location that made it easy to visit family and friends that we have in the south part of Denver.
Yeah, and we're certainly very, very familiar with that area, so it was easy just to get around. So after our time in Chatfield, we then made our way up to probably one of our absolute favorite RV parks in all of the United States, ironically, in Golden, Colorado, which is called Clear Creek RV Park. And it's literally right downtown Golden, right on the river. So it's just gorgeous in there. And so how many times have we been there?
Been there multiple times.
Oh, it's been lovely. And so logistic wise, they do have full hookups in there. It's interesting to note, by the way, that they don't have a lot of big rig spaces in there. I think maybe 6 or 7 or 8. And so reservations are eligible to be taken 60 days out.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to really think that through. So if you have a big rig like we do, no pun intended, then you would just want to make sure that you give yourself some time to make sure that you plan that out. And then when you make the reservation.
Yeah, it does feel like their policies and procedures have changed over the years. So do check their website or give them a phone call. They're always great to help you out.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. And so you're downtown Golden, which means you're walkable to everything. And the walking trails are stunning. When it's warmer and you can tube down the Clear Creek, which is amazing. We'll throw some video on that as well. But of course, we didn't do that this trip because we're a little too early in the season and it would have been, oh my gosh.
It actually snowed while we were there.
I know. That was crazy. But it's beautiful. You can walk around. It's right by the School of Mines, which is there, which is, of course, a great, great college. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
We really, really love it.
It definitely is like one of my favorite places because it still feels quiet and you're in the kind of foothills of the mountains, but then you're within walking distance of great restaurants, breweries. It seems like Golden never disappoints when we stay.
Ever. It's amazing. Yeah. And we've always met family there too. We had our friends David and Steven. They are the Intergacial Freedom YouTube channel guys. Lovely guys, by the way, good friends. And so they happened to also be in the Golden area when we were there. So we got to take them to one of our favorite places called the Sherpa House, which is right there in Golden. It was fun to see them. So that was a great time to see those guys. And that was their first time in Golden as well, I think.
Yeah, it was. And then on Saturday, we had made plans with them. And then our niece Haley was able to join us. So the 5 of us, we did a road trip going from Golden to Boulder. And then we did the Flatirons hike.
Yeah, great hike. All the years I lived in Colorado, I've never hiked the Flatirons, but I heard about people doing it all the time. So we were coming up with an idea. Again, we didn't have great weather just because of the time of the year, but we nailed that one pretty good. We didn't feel like the hike was going to be that strenuous, but it certainly was a lot more steep.
It was a lot steeper. So I don't know if you say, hey, I want to go hiking with Scott and Scott, you might never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, Haley was like, look, you guys are 2 for 2 on trudging me up this stupid hill. But it was a lot of fun. So we had a really, really great time. Of course, on the sweaty ball scale, how would you rate this hike?
This one was definitely a 5 because it was all the way up.
Oh, it was top.
And it had amazing views. So it was definitely had good payoff because you're hiking right alongside the Flatirons, which is a very prominent feature within the city of Boulder. And then I'm glad we continued because we thought we were kind of at the stop, but then there were a lot of people had hints that if we just go a little bit further, we'll get a more payoff view. And sure enough, like we went maybe another 5 minutes. And
it was wonderful. Yeah, because we got all this backside of Longs Peak, and it was gorgeous up there. And we've got, that video here. And just a really, really nice hike. I think Keith would have pooped his pants. There was a couple spots. There's no way he would have made it up and down. But it was a great hike. I'm so glad we did it. After the hike, we took a nice little drive through the mountains to go see Bojo's Pizza in Idaho Springs, which is always a classic. I mean, that's pretty much Colorado classic.
It's mountain pie pizza. Like you really can't get any better pizza, I think, than Bojo's, especially at the Idaho Springs location where it all began. It just has so much fun energy there. And the best thing about the pizzas is you get a pour honey over the crust. And so you get a little dessert with your pizza.
Yep. Also in Denver, again, because Scotty grew up there and we lived there for so many years, we got to go see the church we used to go to at MCC. They honored you as a guest. Of course, we didn't tell them we were coming, but that was pretty sweet. They let you share a few things about the trip, which was kind of cute.
Yeah, it was very special because, when you come out, you're rediscovering or finding your community of faith. And so, being raised Christian, I found MCC of the Rockies. And this year is kind of an anniversary. It's 20 years since I've officially came out. And so there was the church that I found that accepted me, and it was a great place to call home.
We were able to drive around the loft that we used to own in downtown Denver in a really beautiful area. That was fun because that was only 2 blocks off of Coors Field. So we used to do some baseball games and all that when we lived there, which was a lot of fun. And Denver's just a beautiful, beautiful city. There's so much to do. We were limited on how much we could really get done. We got to see a lot of friends. We got to see a lot of family, which was a priority for us. Just that face-to-face time you don't always get when you're traveling, of course. So that was just real sweet to see a bunch of friends and family. Back in Golden, we had our friend Brian meet us up, and we took him to one of our favorite places called the Golden Mill. We go there every time.
We do, because what's great about the Golden Mill is they have a wide variety of food, and they have this amazing wall of, it's more than beer, but it's like an alcohol beverage center. They really have expanded the flavors and the beverages. Before it was just beer, but now they have mocktails.
Yeah, and tons of
everything.
Yeah, tons of food choices. All of that stuff's good.
It's like food courty from Mexican to barbecue. Yes,
but more fun. And almost across the street from that is the headquarters of Coors. We have done that tour before with our friends James and Paul of James and Paul RV Adventures. That's always a lot of fun. I mean, my family drinks a lot of Coors, so we support our Golden, Colorado very well, which is always good stuff. Then in Golden, you alluded to this earlier, surprise, surprise, springtime in Colorado. I joke everyone like 7 inches. We just didn't expect it to be in snow. So, man, did it snow. Holy
It sure
Toledo's
did.
big, wet, heavy spring snow. Classic Colorado. It just kept coming and coming and coming, which was great. The trick to all that is, all the leaves are on the trees, right? And so that snow gets real heavy.
Yep. So all night, as the snow was falling off the leaves, you'd hear a big clump
Boom, boom,
on
boom.
the roof of the RV.
It was terrible. And, these are all cottonwood trees we're parked under, which everyone knows in Colorado are, of course, the sturdiest trees of ever. Oh, my gosh. So we didn't hear any snapping branches. Thank goodness we had no issues whatsoever. But boy, did it snow. And classic Colorado, it melted all the next day, which was lovely. They needed the moisture. So it was really quite nice.
And it was a pretty special treat for our 2 Arizona dogs. It was the first time they actually got to see snow and have a snowball thrown at them. They had a hoot.
That was a great time. And that generally was our stay in the Denver area. It was a great time. And so any last thoughts on our time?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the nice things about the RV is, because sometimes when you're traveling and you fly, you're rushing and you only have 2-3 days. So it was really nice. We had a week and a half in Denver and just got to be really thoughtful about being able to connect with as many family and friends. I mean, we didn't have a free night. We were, except I guess the night it snowed, but we did. Otherwise, we were running and just connecting and being with the people that we love. And
it's always just so much fun. It's just good to be kind of back home per se. So, and that was our time really at the end of the day. Now we are going to work our way up to Fort Collins, Colorado, which is where I lived for 30 years. And that's where Colorado State University is. You can see the oval here, by the way. Love the oval. And that's where Scott Johnson went to college. Go CSU Rams. Go Rams. Let's go. Jim Mora, football coach.
You can tell who's the sports person.
I know. Support Colorado State University. They need it. So anyway, but thanks again for joining, of course. Please like, subscribe, comment, and really we'll just keep kind of bringing these at you, and hopefully you enjoy them and hear our time where we're traveling. After we leave Colorado, we'll be making our way further east. And so we've got some family in Nebraska, and then we'll be making our way into St. Louis, and then we'll start hitting a bunch of gay campgrounds because, we got to get our little gay campground summer on, I guess. Thanks again for joining. Again, I'm Scott.
I'm Scott.
This is RV Life.
From top
To bottom, and we'll see you next week. Thanks again.